We're live. Hi, we're just a little bit early because it takes a while for everyone to show up in the chat to do their stuff and know what's going on. And as you can see, I have Carmen Kelly here from Dozen Cats for Me, and she's going to help me because that really helps me in handling the broadcast because it's hard to read a garden, look at things, and da da da. So we're going to pop in and out of the screen and put the garden in the middle for a while. But before we do that, um, I'm gonna. We got 17 questions in the comments. So, hi Tammy. Um, we're gonna go ahead and read those. I'm gonna also discuss the garden a little bit, kind of explain it to you because people are saying, "I see what you're doing, but I don't follow it." So I'm going
Right.
to try to give you a little background so that we can see if that works. And so I'm going to put the garden in, and Kelly and I have to add me to this. I'm not being rude to Kelly, but I have to add me to this because if I don't, we don't have any audio. So, because the garden is on mute, it speaks with its stones. Okay, people started saying to me, "What is it that you're looking at in this garden? When you say you're throwing things in the garden, what are you talking about?" Well, first of all, each of these spaces that I have here, I call them tiles. And I just did that because I got tired of saying spaces. And the stones that I throw, I'm going to put them down one at a time and explain them to you. Um, the stones I'm going to throw is the fusite. This stone, it represents the body, and it's a stone that's known for its connection to plants, growth, and attachment to the elementals like fairies and wisdom. Knowing what is best for your body and well-being is part of its legend. You can use that to confirm that. Then the second stone that I throw is the mind, which is this bright yellow orange calcite, and it gently opens our senses to radiant guidance, surrounding your thoughts with golden glow and loving bubbles. Calcite comes in many colors, but in my vision, the orange yellow is the essence of sacral and solar plexus chakras for self confidence, creativity, and hope in developing our ways to our mind. The spirit, of course, is amethyst. Magic, it has the magic to transform and transmute the vibration. That's what this stone is about. This is a stone of transcendence by heightening your connection to all things and sending out energetic protection to you while you're doing it. Grounding is the ultimate little grounding stone. It's pyrite, it's fool's gold, and it's a great stone, and it's supercharged for creativity and manifestation. Its energy will burn away self doubt, boost your self esteem. It's called fool's gold because it tricks us, and it's tricked countless searchers over the years by looking like gold. But its energy brings an abundance, whether it's the kind you can spend in the store or just use. And then clarity is sodalite, and the ones I use are very subtle blue. And this crystal directly ties to our cosmic wisdom and harmonizing our paths. You will feel a clear path, and you will understand that there's more than one way to move. This is the stone that will indicate the clearest path for your energetic movement. That's why it's clarity. Then the cornerstones, which right here is in this corner, and it represents quartz, represents earth, things that are coming towards you. All quartz crystals have six primary metaphysical activities: they energetically structure, store, amplify, focus, transmit, and transform thoughts. The agate, angel agate, the agate, which looks like a chalky piece of stone, but it's actually really agate uh, chemically, and it's a beautiful stone that will help you overcome negativity and negative emotions, slowly bringing love into your heart. By bringing love in your heart, white agate will help you overcome the negative emotions and sadness and loneliness. And the agate is the air element. The next one is serpentine. And serpentine, if it stays in the ground long enough and gets hot enough, serpentine turns into jade. But I'm not putting jade on these boards, kids. So we got serpentine. It's the element of fire. Its direction is south, and it's deep spiritual awakenings, ancestral awakenings. It's an unearthing stone. It aids in meditation and enhances spiritual exploration. Serpentine assists in the retrieval of wisdom and helping to regain memories of the past. Serpentine assists the conscious direction of bringing healing energy towards whatever problem area you're working with. It corrects mental and emotional imbalances and helps you get better control over your life. And the last stone, I love this one. It's angelite. And angelite is a kind of quartz. It's got little quartzy points, and it's a lovely light shade of blue, and it's the wind, it's the west, it's letting go of energy, and it is a promise to surrender to higher purposes. Letting go clears up the chaos that so your metaphysical space can truly go where it needs to grow. Angelite stone seems to shine. It's an in-depth cleanser of negative energy. It's our gateway. And the reason I picked these, although there's other stones that represent the north, south, east, and west, I picked these because all of them have clarification and purification as part of their message. So I hope that kind of lets you know what we're doing here. And let's see, what we're going to do is I created banners for all the questions that we have today so that you can follow along, because I find that works in general much better. When I'm watching a show, I like to know what we're talking about. And the first one we got was Jacqueline Y, advice on looking for a house. Okay. Ooh. Oh, it's really important to her. The abundance stone, the root, the one I told you about, that's your grounding stone, it landed in her root chakra. And that means it energizes an understanding of all that makes us secure. So you need to make this move when you feel really secure about it. Right now, you're tussling with yourself. Your clarity is locked between restate and your past. So I think I would take that to mean that you're not really sure exactly with the restate. You're not really sure about the house you want to go looking for. And but you've been really good in the past. So I think you need to go back in and write out a list of what you liked, what was attractive to you in housing before, what has really worked for you. And when you have that list really clear in your mind, write it out as an intention to go look for that particular house. Your mind is also, and you've got a little past dwelling going on here. Your mind is in fire, which is the past. And don't become too tied to past memories. Think about what really worked well for you. And when the mind is in restate, this is think, and rethink. So that would tie together with that stone. Now, what's going to be the outcome? Well, I think your spirit right now sort of says, I want to go do this. I want to get this done. I really, really am ready to move forward, because your spirit, and I don't know if you guys can see it, there's a line here. This stone landed so that the line, it's not in another space. It's only in the present. And your spirit is really working towards feeling this. And you're right now, you're very motivated. So this would be a great time to write this list to find out what's going to make you most secure and pick your spot the best, because your body is ready to go for it. This also fell on a line. It fell on between go for it and true. And if you've ever watched me read on the garden, when I see go for it, it means go for it, exactly what it says. And it says movement at this time about this issue is very easy for you. And it's a yes. Now, what I see, because of timing, this, you can read time on this. This is winter, spring, summer, fall. What I see is early in the fall, you're gonna resolve this dilemma and be ready to move forward and go find that house. So that's my advice for you about finding a house. Jennifer's looking for a job. And what Jennifer wrote was that she's getting frustrated about looking for a job. So the way I'm going to word this question, since I can do time in the garden, which is something I can't do when I do tarot, I'm going to ask when the permit, I think, okay, let me see if it works out when I see this one. Okay. Yeah. You're really close to it. I think in early fall, by early fall, you're going to be there. It shows that you've really been trying to plant your roots and grow from the situation you're in right now. Because your body is an earth. Physical changes are coming around you, so it's coming really quickly. Your path forward, get out of your head, girl. This is your mind being stuck. And you need to be watching for the right signs. And when you see the right signs, you go, oh, that's not right for me. Quit closing your mind up. Move your mind over into path forward. Your spirit is emerging. And I think this period of time, you may hate it, but it's there to give you a chance to think about things. It's transforming. Your spirit is transforming, and it's not yet finished because you're putting up with some old past life stuff. And I mean past life, I mean really a past life. But what I see for you that's bright for you is in your solar plexus. You've got your grounding stone, which means you're going to burn away the thing that's blocking your power, and you have great clarity. And there's more than one way to express your power and move forward. I think the way these stones have lined up, you've been in touch with, I think you've already been in touch with the people who are going to hire you. But you need to quit downplaying. I mean, you may need to take a job that isn't the first one you wanted, but it will come through for you, and it will lead you to something in the fall. And I don't see anything beyond the fall. So I think when you get there, my first instincts when I was throwing the stones was I heard a voice say, she needs to take that first job because it's going to lead to the one she really wants. So that's Jennifer W. I hope that helps you looking for a job. Libra lady, this is just lovely. Libra lady just likes me. So she wrote me a long complimentary message, and I wanted to acknowledge it. And I mailed her heart chakra the other day. So she's starting to work with her heart chakra. Let's see. I added you to the stream, Kelly, so you can come in and talk anytime you want.
I was like,
I forgot I put you in SteamYard hell. Tammy J doused 14 different psychic abilities. Which one is best? I'm not going to roll this in the garden. I'm going to tell you, girl, I can do 100 different things, but you need to start focusing on a thing and concentrate on it so you can see how that works. I have a jump on most people. I started reading cards when I was 12. So I have a long personal history of reading tarot. And every new discipline I go into, I have to kind of get in my tarot energy. Matter of fact, last night I went out and ate dinner in a restaurant, guys. Man, you talk about adventurous. And was with an old client of mine, and she still reads cards, and she's working on a lot of different things, and she's really emerging. And so I really wanted to talk to her. And one of the things we talked about was how each skill builds on the other, but that she feels like she needs to focus on one thing. You can study. I can read a pendulum chart. I can throw cards. I can read oracle cards. I can burn candles. I can do all kinds of stuff. But at the end of the day, right now, I'm really focusing on the garden so I can get it explained to people. And so when I start my garden parties next week, for the new people who have joined, you have to be a joined member, and it's not for a whole lot of money, but you will get invited to every one of the garden parties. They're going to be in Zoom so we can all talk to each other and have a good time. And that's the best. I can tell you, Tammy, whatever you do, you just have to do it. You have to go out and try it. You have to work with it and see if it fits. And I mean, there's some things I don't do well, and we're about to run into them pretty soon, because somebody asked me to find something for them. That is a particular skill I am not very good at. Now, my next question is, BC Mom, energy around her dog training classes. You got any input on any of this stuff, Kelly, sitting there?
I'm
there in cool Canada.
In cool Canada.
Yeah, when I drove home last night from the restaurant, my air conditioner is broken in my car. It was 106 degrees in my car.
Oh, Nancy.
It's like going out in the Sahara and dragging the desert home with you. But it was worth it because it was a lot of fun. Okay. BC Moms Dog Classes. Oh, yeah, okay. I'm going to ask one quick question. Have you brought in someone new that you're working with and you're not sure that's working out right? That's the first inclination I got off this. Because when you handle it yourself, you're going to go for it. I mean, it was here and go for it. Your mind isn't go for it. But I'm going to see if my instinct about that, what I'm feeling is. See, I still go back to my cards, guys. So just to let you know. Yes, you're better when you're left in charge and you're a little concerned that this person doesn't value the work they're doing as much as you do. That's the two impressions I have. That may be totally wrong, but I will tell you what the garden tells me is going on.
I'm sort of picking up that same thing, Nancy Jean, that there's some stress. She's feeling a little bit of pushback.
And I think it's somebody that's just come on.
Mm-hmm.
And you're feeling it. You know what? This says your dilemma is not well defined. That means you're feeling something's off. You just can't put your finger on it. And I don't want to blame any poor person who's just out there trying to do a job. But it says when you have this and go for it, it says your thoughts are leading the way. So sit down and think it through and think, when did I start to feel like the vibe around my classes wasn't good? Because right now, your transmutation is really complete. You know how to do what you want to do, but what you need to be moving forward is how your body feels about that. You need to ground yourself in your thoughts. This is thinking, and restating and thinking again. And your values are also in air. And it says mental actions right now are the path to your new abundance. So I think you've got an idea of some changes you really want to make. You're just not sure about them yet. What did you get, Kelly?
I got the 9 of Wands, so maybe you need to work on setting some boundaries for yourself that make it easier for you to navigate this, partnership or this new person that's come in. I pulled an oracle card and I got Llama, which is just adorable, which is soul growth. So growth is never easy. Have faith and trust in the journey, which sort of goes back to what you were saying, right? About thinking inside the head and not and if this happens, if I do this, you know what I mean? You're doing all kinds of that. Just try to relax, set your boundaries up, and just enjoy the journey.
I don't see, there was a stone on here that said you're not on the right mark for yourself. So you just kind of need to look at it that way. Okay, now Rose, and this should be Rosa B. I'm sorry, Rosa. I just realized I don't type well. General garden reading. Oh, interesting. Your spirit's in almost exactly the place that BC's mom was. You're in water and heading towards the truth. And when your spirit's there, the spirit's moving forward with great harmony on a plan you're working on. And when the spirit flows through water, it's saying that you've been going through some changes, Rose B, and you're almost complete. I mean, you may take you a little longer to recognize it, but a lot of the heavy duty work's been worked and cleaned out for you. And in this time of change, that's great. Your mind is in earth, and final thoughts on the situation are coming towards you. And this says that more is just being brought forward. So that's why this is sitting here. It's not completely there, but you're leading yourself into the path of truth. And whatever this is, it has to do a whole lot about you accepting what happened to you in the past and moving forward. And it may be a lot of letting go at that point, because your clarity is coming from working with things you were never really sure about, and you're now trying to work out those mental dilemmas. And it's working with your solar plexus, which is empowering you to move forward. And there is more than one way out of this, and you're in the process of figuring that out. But what I think is most prominent here is that your you're embodying your past, you're understanding it, you're getting to a point where you can let it go.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
I just think that this is really interesting. So this is, if you can see the bottom of that card, there's a mirror there with the cat looking at itself.
Mm-hmm.
So talking about what she's gone through, maybe doing some mirror work might assist. I got Desert Passage, which is trust that there is a divine plan. And then interestingly enough, I got the chakra card. And so that is Angels of the Seven Chakras, which is power, truth, and connections. So maybe doing some work on your chakras and getting yourself aligned will assist you in understanding.
Making the final moves, because I think she's done a lot of work. She's getting close. She's just not quite there yet.
I love that.
Okay, so we got another person. She wants a garden reading, and she wants to know if she's a hybrid. Okay. Oh, okay. These are this is fire, water, air, and earth. And when things fall in here, those are the basic things we're kind of working on right now. When things are out here, they're in the chakras. And your values showed up in the root chakra, and you're getting more and more energized. You're becoming more understanding of what makes you feel secure. You're dealing with some past life stuff for sure, because you got your mind in fire. And what this says is, don't dwell on the past. Look at it, understand it, and then let it go. And your body says that you're starting to do that. You're starting to understand how to work with that. And physical changes are coming to you. I don't know if you've been working on a diet or something, but it shows that physical changes are coming for you. And your clarity is in earth too. You've got 2 or 3 different ways you could move right now, and you're in the process of deciding. You'll find the correct one. You're just not quite there yet, and your spirit is between air and water. And spirit's transforming your thinking, and your transmutation. The transmutation you're going through is almost complete. You want to comment on her? I'm going to look up her alien status.
The first card that I got for you is River, which is movement. So you're definitely in the process. This is from Scott Allen's Extra.
That's what I was going to pull from. Scott Allen.
So I've got Release, Have a Cry, and so you're working really, really hard. And speaking to the 4 elements, I got the Elemental card. Oddly enough, which is, nature, the 4 elements. So maybe going out into nature.
Yep.
Maybe that is what's going to give you the sort of the extra little boost of energy that you need to get you. I sort of feel like you're in a hump, what I mean? Like chasing your tail around in a circle. And I say that speaking from my own personal experience, I've been in that very situation that I sort of feel like you're in. And so I hope that helps.
Okay. And what I got for you as far as Scott Allen's cards is, if you don't listen, you can't resonate. So you need to listen to what your heart's telling you. So if your heart's telling you that you were from Atlantis, then that's very well. If you're from hybrid, you're a hybrid, that may very well be true. That may be what's awakening in you.
Yeah.
Okay. The next one is she from Atlantis?
I just want to say, Nancy Jean, you've got a whole bunch of people asking if they can have a garden reading. I know that you started with like 17 questions already.
Right.
So I'm not sure if you want to close the questions or what you want to say about that, but I just thought I'd bring it up.
Oh, okay. As soon as I'm done I promise these people, and they're doing what I ask them to do, because then I can be better prepared to read for them. So I'm going to do what I can do. I have to be kind of out of here in 45 minutes, because Jeffrey and I have to do our weeklies. So, okay, Denise, is she from Atlantis? Okay, you've had some kind of proof, or you've read something that you feel it's because the proof is right in front of you. And I would say, yeah. I think you've had a lot of Earth lives in between, but I don't see why it wouldn't be. We maybe met there because Robert of the Akashic Records told me that I was a person in Atlantis too. You got anything, Kelly?
I've got, we are one universe and the planets have connected energy. And so I'm not sure what that means for you other than maybe this is something that you should not be thinking about, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, if something's coming up, the reason Robert said that I was in Atlantis is because I was a big wig and figured out how to use crystals to heal people in Atlantis. And when he read me, which was over a year ago, I was just really starting to put the eggs in the garden together. So I was going back to my past. So use what you can. And I mean, don't become obsessed with it. And don't, unless you really like to watch lots of History Channel.
Yeah.
But, I always say to people, yeah, I was supposedly in Atlantis. I've been told I was in Lemuria, and I may have been lots of other places, but I have to think about what does that do for me now?
Right. I guess that's you said it better than I did. Thank you, Nancy Jean.
Okay. Silky Purse Rose, which has got to be one of the best names ever.
I know.
What are my gifts and what crystal should she work with? So I'm going to roll in the garden and see kind of where you are right now and see if it tells me. I get something from that. Oh. Well, your clarity's off the chart. It just didn't even land on the board. Can I say?
Hi, Dr. Gill.
And guys, you got to understand, I can't really do yes/no questions too easily on the garden. It doesn't like them. So I'm going to do the best I can with answering your questions. So I've got spirit in false. Right now, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whatever you've been working on, I think it's felt uncomfortable. You need to keep looking for where your gifts go. You have a past life that's really important to you, and it's shown up in fire, and it's you need to go back. There's something you're going to pick up that's going to just be so natural to you. It's like, I've done this before. It's because you've done it before. So amazing. And your body is between what's emerging and what's coming out of your past. So physical changes are coming. I think you're going to become enlightened about this very soon. As a matter of fact, I think you're going to come enlightened about this fall, exactly what you should be working with. What are your gifts? And working with different crystals, what I do is I'd kind of decide where I wanted to head, and then I'd Google crystals that can help me do blah, whatever it is you want to do. Because that's how, when I started working with crystals, I would type in certain crystals, say, what is this good for? If you type in what is quartz good for, you're going to be reading for the next 3 weeks.
Right.
It's like if you saw the intro, I explained why these different crystals are here. So go Kelly.
Sorry, love. I've got relaxation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Peaceful pursuits and happy times. Again, just because we want an answer doesn't mean we're going to get the answer that we want. And so sometimes we can drive ourselves, sort of like in a not so positive pattern by chasing those answers. And so just relax and sort of let it happen naturally is the thing I want to say. And then I've got letting go of urgency, which is surrender and freedom from time constraints. Mm-hmm. I think allowing this to happen in a natural way. So in terms of what Nancy Jean just said, instead of like this is my problem. What crystal should I get? You know, maybe go to a rock shop and spend some time, see which ones speak to you, right? Grab some, hold on to them and see how they feel. And maybe do it that way, right? Let it speak to you instead of, you know, someone saying like, that's the one that you should use.
Yep.
I don't know if that helps, but that's what I've got.
Anyway, Ronnie, why? This is a great question for the garden, because the garden doesn't like yes, no things. It likes what's going on around me. And in her case, Ronnie, why? Anything she needs to pay special attention to. Oh my God. Yes. Yes. It's all up here. None of it came down here. And you got spirit and true, and that's a big yes. Yes, there's something you need to pay attention to. Now, hopefully, I can help you define this. Your spirit's moving ahead in harmony with a plan, and your spirit also fell in the crown shop into the tree of life, and that's one of the things that you've been finding out is that actions without spirit behind them are empty for you. So that's what you need to pay attention to. Where is my spirit telling me I need to go? And you got in true. You also got clarity. And your ideas are very correct about where you need to go. True is a yes. You've got your values are between the crown chakra and the future, which means things are getting set up for you to have good stuff happen. You're gaining some confidence about what you need to go forward to, and that's what you're really asking me about. Yes, you need to pay attention to what that's saying to you in your crown chakra, but also in your future. All of the gifts you have are not yet recognized, so you need to think a little bit more about that. And your body is really ready to soar. It's in air. And ground your thoughts, get them very purposefully set up. And then I went to this one last because this is all such wonderful energy. This is great energy too. But this one says, let go of limitations. You limit yourself.
Yep.
So what you need to pay special attention to is new ideas that are emerging, and you're probably sitting there at 3 a.m. going, that's not me. Well, you won't know unless you try.
I love that. I've got, this is from the Guiding Light Oracle, the Golden Stars. So this is, the stars are lining up for the perfect opportunity now. I did pull some tarot cards, and I got the Chariot, so things moving quickly, and you're on your way to victory and success, but you're trying to blend those energies together. And I think that's why you're asking the question, right? Like, things are happening, like which thing do I need to be paying attention to? But that's stressing you out. So I agree with what Nancy Jean said about grounding yourself. I got meditate and contemplate. And then I've got taking shelter. The answers that you need are within you. So
they certainly are.
Those answers will come if you meditate and contemplate, right?
Okay. Am I a starseed wanderer, and is my counterpart? So I'm going to do this with my pendulum because it's kind of a yes and no question, and the garden doesn't like yes no questions that much. Yes is this way, no is that way. Okay. Do I have permission to pass? Yes. Am I aligned with my higher self? Okay. Am I fully protected? Okay, we're fully protected. And if you didn't see my last Tuesday show, I talked about protection and protection prayers and that kind of stuff. Okay, now, Pauline S. Is she a starseed wanderer? Yes, you are. Not wandering too far, though. And is her counterpart? I don't know who your counterpart is. Yeah, you two are matched. You're a match set. So I hope it all works out, because it's painful if it doesn't. Do you have anything on that one, Kelly?
No. I think that was a pretty darn good yes that you got there.
Oh, yeah. Okay, and now we're in back rolling stones in the garden. And this is for Lightwalker, general garden reading. Woo! What fun. Oh, you're working on some past stuff, but you've got the way out, and your mind says go for it. Like I've told you, when you get go for it, it means go for it. So whatever you've been plotting and planning for yourself, your thoughts are leading your way. Your body and your spirit are both in ancestral patterns. Right now, you got the same thing some other people have gotten today. Your spirit's thoughts dwelling too much in the past is clouding your thoughts, but your body's sort of taking it in, and on a very tissue sort of cellular level, you're working it out, which may be, if you've been not feeling well or been feeling sick, may have been part of what it is, because your values are in air, and using your mind, whatever your mind's telling you to do, that's your path to abundance. And your clarity is going to come from your solar plexus, which is great. That's where good things are generated. And there's more than one way to express your way out of this situation. So when I see this lineup, you've been doing a lot of either past life and this life work, or past life and past life's work. And your mind has a much better grasp of it. You're just not physically feeling it. What'd you get, Kelly?
I've got ceremony, so invocation. So you've definitely been doing the work like Nancy Jean picked up on. I've got lotus flower, which is unfoldment. And so, you're peeling back the layers of the onion by doing this work, but I think you've reached an impasse. This is reflect and redirect your energy. And then I pulled the elves, which is playfulness. So don't forget to balance that hard work that you're doing on yourself, because it's really difficult. It's very challenging to allow yourself to let your hair down, do some self-care, some self-love, have a carpet picnic, right? Turn the music up and dance around and sing out loud. That also helps your throat chakra. You know what I mean? Like, do things like that to help yourself to sort of redirect that energy, because it's a lot when you're working on yourselves.
Okay. We're going to, this is a story I know something about. I did a reading for Carol, and she's had an estate that's been in trouble. And when I talked to her, she wasn't sure she could go through battling any more people about it. But apparently she's going down on the 11th. So I want everyone that's in the room to send love and light towards Carol L. and for her to have the energy to have the outcome she wants. And I'm going to ask if this is going to go. I'm going to ask, just look at the actions around her probate here. Great. Yes, new things are emerging. You're going to get freed from the past. Ooh, it's lovely. Your clarities and solar plexus. There's more than one ways to express your power, but you're expressing it. And that's really important. That's what you need to do to make this go. And that's, if you hear some fairy tale music going on behind me, that's my stupid washing machine. I don't know how to turn that off. This decision's already been made for you, Carol. This is wonderful. And yet you're still afraid because of what happened in the past. But right now, you're dealing with your past. You're finally looking at it. You're finally handling it. You're finally going to get control of what you wanted to get a hold of. That's going to make such a huge change for you. That's your body and earth. That's physical changes are coming towards you. And also, final thoughts in the situation are coming. Yes, when you go there, it's going to be resolved. And I truly, truly pray that the energies I feel that are so positive about this find you, because you deserve it.
Absolutely. I've been through this, Carol L, a similar situation, and so I send you every ounce of my positive vibes and my positive energy to get through this. It is not easy. I threw the deck of character. I've got the knight, so like the knight in shining armor. Then I've got the love goddess, and I believe that this is like seeking the truth, right? Seeking the truth. That is going to clear up any of the thoughts that this invokes, because it does, right?
Right.
I've got gold coins. I'll just let that resonate for a second.
That's great.
That's
wonderful.
Whoever you are against, or whoever is against you, is feeling quite naked at the moment, quite exposed. Your broken heart is the thing that you are going to need to mend. But I want you to remember that you are strong like a rock and that you are protected.
It looks fantastic, Carol. I couldn't be happier. No, normally I don't know that much about the background of questions, but this one I did. Okay. Now we're going to a V. Martin just wants a garden reading. Just what's going on around V. Martin. Oh, V, you're making me work for my money. When a stone falls in more than one space, I have to read all three of them. I have to interpret it out of all three of them.
I love that. Libra lady said the laundry fairies.
Yes, they are my laundry fairies. Well, I need some clean jammies, guys. I hate to tell you, but your mind's misleading you right now, V, in where you are. It's waiting. You need to grow up and face the final solutions that are coming on this issue. You also are a person whose body, I'm starting to really feel that this card's showing up so much. There's so much change that's going to happen at the end of this month because of some astrologic stuff. I think we're all changing at a very cellular level, and you are too, and your physical changes are coming. The ones you want to feel and see are coming. Your spirit is between earth. You're being transformed, but you're not yet finished. And it's because you're dealing with issues from the past. But your values are in water, and water always means things that are moving. That's like flowing away from the general directions things have been in. This is great for you. This is grounding. You're changing how you view things. That's what we're going to find over here with clarity. Whatever patterns you're setting up now, make sure you're careful about what you pick, because you're going to have them for a while. You're changing in a way that's going to lock in and hold, and your clarity is locked between
beautiful
fire. Use the ideas from your past to move towards higher solution. You need to get your clarity. This basically, both those spaces say the same thing, and it's in your creativity that you're going to emerge. And yeah, you are really, really capable of harmonizing all the intentions that are going on around you. So some people could be walking into this and it'd be a storm. You are capable of having the clarity to bring all these ideas to light. You just need to let your mind go. You need to quit overthinking whatever it is you got going on, girl.
I totally got what you got. It just, so I threw a couple of tarot cards really quick. I got the Moon and the Temperance card. So like you said, things are being revealed to you. You're seeing things from a different light, from a different perspective, and just maintain that balance. You know, it seems like that's like a form letter. Most readers say that it's so important. I've got visualization. So by practicing visualization daily, you are calling forward your desire, and it will soon be a tangible experience in your current reality. I mean, that's lovely.
That's why you have to get rid of the false thoughts, hun, because if you visualization can also be, it's always been this way. And that's the surest way to make sure it stays that way.
Yeah. I also got uncovering the treasure, which is Beneath the surface lies great bounty. So maybe that's why I got the moon card. Things being shown to you, and you sort of developing a different understanding of what you may think it might have meant. I also got the leaf cutter ant. So this is your army of life. So ask for help and seek support. You are not alone. So in other words, if the thoughts are too much, and you can't visualize yourself out of it, if you're thinking about things that you shouldn't be thinking about, reach out to your best friend, or maybe a therapist, or the doctor, or maybe just ask your ancestors for help. Ask your spirit team, ask your guides for some assistance to lead you in a direction. Maybe before you go to sleep, ask for a message in a dream to sort of help you as you navigate the journey. That's what I got.
Okay. Now we're going to go to a question that's, when we talked about, do you have certain skills? I'm not great at finding stuff. I'm just not. My daughter can, if she sits and concentrates, she can sit down and see it. But unfortunately, she's at a university working right now, so she's not here to help us. But what I did look up for you is I have kind of I just took a course over the last year about archangels, and Archangel Chamuel, Chamuel, is known as the one that finds things that are missing in your life. So that's the one you want to pray to. And I'm going to tell you the secret about angels is, you think, oh, I don't want to bother with my little problems. They can only come help you when you ask them to.
Yeah. The only other thing that I would say is, Pat B, I don't know if you're here, but if you have a pendulum, you can, I don't know where you lost your deposit box keys, but let's say that you thought that they were in the car. Let's say that you thought that they were in the house somewhere. I have heard I've not done it, but I've heard people walk around the house with the pendulum and ask in each room, or just somewhere in your house, right? You can go through the room. I'm just going to throw a couple of cards here and see if I get anything.
Good, because I'm really crappy at this, honest to God, Pat. Whenever I get the lost items switch, and I'm like, oh.
Okay, so I've got guts. Sorry, I've got guts, and I've got the explorer. So,
did you swallow them?
You know what I thought of is
what?
Like the garbage.
Ah. Do you have a pet that might have eaten it?
That's a good idea, Purette. And hello, by the way. It says that dowsing rods could be used for that too. That's what I've got. So guts in the explorer, and so it means one of two things. Either it is really stressing you out, which makes sense, that you've lost these deposit box keys and you're quite stressed about it, or maybe check the garbage or the bathroom, right? Miriam says, "Dear Saint Anthony, come around me. Something's missing and must be found." That is something that works for Miriam.
Okay.
Great advice, everybody.
Whatever that works, because personally, calling my channel to find lost things is not going to help you a whole lot, except to find other people who can help you. Right. Okay. Elaine W. She's moved to California, and she had to have a holding time between the time that they got the stuff to California. Now they're claiming she didn't pay her. I'm going to do with the pendulum, because I'm not sure the garden can help me. I don't want the mover's energy on my stones. Thank you. She wants to know if she should go retain a lawyer to get her stuff, and I fell for you because that happened to me in a move, and I happened to be president of Crime Watch for Dallas at the time, and I just called the police department, said these people are about to steal my stuff, and a cop car came and pulled up behind him and said, "You're putting that in the building," and they did. But okay, should Elaine W. seek legal help? Yes, and it's a strong yes. It went around 3 times and then said yes. So you have your documents to prove you paid the fees and call them. And
do it soon.
Yeah, do it now.
Yeah. Yep. Do it soon. I've got I threw the deck of character. I've got the cauldron, so something's brewing. The magnet, like they've, for whatever reason, they've attached themselves to you in a way that is not positive. I've got Band-Aid. So if you're in communication with them, they might be just like, sort of dragging you along, giving you excuses like, I'll get back to you in 24 or 48 hours. We have to check paperwork. Like that may be happening.
She can't get a hold of a supervisor. She can't get anything.
Exactly. It's a total circus. So you need to take control of the situation. I agree with what Nancy Jean said. Get yourself a lawyer.
Yeah. Okay, we have time for a few questions because we've got about 10 minutes left. So I went to the very top and I'm marking them. Advice on move to South Shore of Massachusetts.
I do want to acknowledge somebody gave you a donation here, and Jennifer W. Thank you. That was very kind of you, Jennifer.
Yes, please. Thank you, guys. Like I said, I'm riding around in a car with no air conditioning, and it's 110 today. I'm not going out into that. But
I sent them to South Shore of Massachusetts.
Okay, let's see. Okay, is that a good move for him? It's a good move. It's between yes and a little bit. I think you haven't found the right place yet. Because what I got is this straight up and down would be a yes. That would be yes. And what I got was a little swing over towards the no. So what'd you get?
Yeah, I got the 5 of Wands. So I'm not sure if if you are conflicted about it. Or something. I've got the 3 of Pentacles. So working with someone. So I don't know if you are working with someone, or maybe you should be working with someone to execute this plan. I've also got the Emperor. So I don't know if this is you trying to control something and not. So like, in other words, not allowing it to sort of happen organically or naturally. Trying to force it. But I do have the 10 of Cups on the bottom of the deck.
9.
Or sorry, the 9. Thank you. The wish fulfillment card. Apologize. So, like, I think it's going to happen for you. I just don't know that. I don't know that you're going about it in the right way. So maybe just like step off the gas pedal is, I guess, the best thing I want to say.
Okay, I've got. Okay. Advice for looking for love. I have some strong feelings about this question, but mostly because I think you need to go and be with people you have a common interest with. All those stuff you always hear. That's the way to find someone that's going to be compatible with you. Now, I can ask if you're going to find a new person or someone to be with in the next 6 months. And I got a no. Because I got a feeling you're not looking for love in all the right places. And that's no criticism of you. Trust me. I mean, there are times when you can find them, they fall out of the trees. And then there's other times when it's really hard. So what I really had a feeling when I read that question is you need to get out and find people you have more in common with.
Yeah. I got to work through your fears. So maybe just spend some time by yourself, looking after yourself.
Or don't be, if you're afraid to go meet in a crowd of people, you're afraid to go out and meet with people, find a group online that you can talk with and stuff. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to reach out to people. Yeah. Don't go to the bars.
No.
Just telling you. Okay, Michelle.
Oh, thank you, Madhu. That's very kind of you for the donation.
Oh, thank you. Could I have a general reading from the garden, please? Michelle, Shining Light Tarot. What's going on around Michelle? Oh, lots of stuff. lot of stuff emerging in your life. Your spirit is in earth. Your spirit's transforming right now, but it's not yet completed. And your mind is locked between the earth, which your final thoughts to the situation are coming. But the air said that when they hit, man, you're going to know exactly what to do with it. I think you've been on a journey recently in the past, and you're integrating lessons you've learned in your life right now and how to move forward. But you're in your present right now. You're actually that's a great place to be because your body's in the present. And I don't see that all that often. And it says at this time, you're building a bright new future for yourself because you're about to, I don't know what you're doing. I know, well, I mean, you read tarot. I take it you wouldn't have that in your title. But I think you're finding a new way to practice your skills and it's really going to pay off. So that's what's going on around you right now.
I'm just reading Poetic Just Us. Jeff Bailey says, thank you guys. My uncle wants me out of here ideally by July 15th, and everything is happening too fast. I want to, I think, but I wish I could chill. My dad just died. I'm so sorry for your loss.
I'm sorry. That's horrible.
Michelle's Shining Light Tarot is False Teeth Real Tarot's sister, from what I understand.
Oh, okay.
And so the first card that I got for you, Michelle, is Violet, which is Tranquility.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure if you can see, there's a little candle there.
Mm-hmm.
Then I've got the Dragon, which is Power. And then I've got Meditate on the Spaciousness of Air. And so this message says, when you are stuck, picture yourself in an open, airy space with room to move and breathe. Let yourself feel free and empowered. So that message literally was the same as you've got the power, you need the tranquility. So I sort of feel like you need to allow this to just naturally unfold and naturally develop, and allow yourself to sort of be a part of that process and not push it. Not saying that you are pushing it, but that's what I'm feeling, right?
Yeah. No, I think she's sensing things are emerging and she's just not, it's here, it's almost here. Okay, this question. Our question is only taken in advance through the community tab. As I read all those first, I'll do a general reading for you, Patricia, but if you're not signed up for my notifications or pay attention to them when they come through, because that's when you can post a question and get it. And it gives me a chance to get organized about how to answer. So, well, you're on a forward journey. Your body is sitting in the past. And it says you need to be, in your life right now, you need to be looking for things that previously worked for you. Spiritually, you're doing a lot of cleaning out. And that's being helpful to you because your path forward is you're working on getting more abundance, but part of your clarity has to come from dealing with past issues. No, it's not dealing, it's carrying forward things you've been very successful at before. And that's coming to light for you because you're letting go of limitations where you would not have paid that much attention to your instincts before. Patricia, I'm glad I had a chance to answer this for you. Your question is, you're wrestling with some old ideas, your spirit's creating some new abundance for you. You're having a new way come forward to move forward, and you're letting go of the limitations. That's the most important stone on this board for you. Let go of those limitations. Got anything, Kelly?
Yep, I've got Owl, which is sight. Detach your emotions from situations that you cannot control. I've got Guardians of the Land, which is protection. So remembering, sometimes just understanding that you are protected and that you are safe is enough, right? In terms of when you have baggage from the past.
Mhm.
I've got the Dawn, which is new beginnings.
Yep, you're on the cusp. You're feeling it, and I'm glad we got a chance to read you. I've got one more general reading, and then we're done, kids. Okay, may I have a general reading, please? And her name is Esther.
Esther.
Oh,
Esther. I hope everything works out for you, Poetic Justice Jeff Bailey.
yeah, it's awful to have your life in turmoil and then get pushed like that. You are currently aligned with doing some new creative things, and it's something you brought in from your past that is proving helpful to you in working things out. It's breaking from previous patterns, but you figured out how to make it work better this time. I've had a couple of these today, so I guess that's sort of the theme of the day.
Yeah.
Spirit isn't fire though. Yeah, this is another one that thoughts from the past are bringing you new enlightening ideas. Your body actually touches go for it. And when movement is easy for you now to do this if you want to. It's clarity comes in your path forward. Look carefully at the things you move on at this time, but your energetics, your grounding is coming from mental actions are your path to abundance, and they're flowing. Grounding changes are coming, and you're setting up a whole bunch of new long-term patterns. You get the same thing. So what I see is you know what you need to do. You've learned from what you did right before and what didn't work. So
I've got Island, which is solitude. So I'm not sure if you were feeling alone or isolated, or maybe you needed to be left alone and wanted just to sort of have that peaceful sort of time. I've got these two cards. So Up from the Depths. I love this card. It's just, I find it very moving. So releasing the difficulty one step at a time. Look at her walking up towards that sunlight. Right. It's just beautiful. Then I've got Don't Let Your Past Hold You Back. So a reminder, you are making progress, because that is the most, I mean, I've been there. And so I speak from personal experiences. Be patient with yourself and be kind to yourself. This is, you are working on stuff from like 20, 30, 40 years ago. So be kind to yourself. It's not going to fix itself in a day. And that's the thing that we have to sort of, come to terms with. And I also got, you're protected by angels.
Yep.
You are cherished by the angels. So know that you're protected. Know that this is exactly what you're supposed to be doing, and you're doing it. You're doing it, which is beautiful.
So that's kind of it, Guy, for everybody. I think we actually got to all the questions that were typed in caps. Yay for us. And like I said, I think I'm going to be on Heart and Soul Connected tomorrow. I don't know when. That's because I'm doing it with Allie, and she sort of tells you that the day of. And good, Esther. I'm glad you're doing that, because that really is important. She's letting go of her past to move forward. So love it. And I'm so grateful y'all showed up here today. And I don't know why Elaine Walsh came back. Oh, well. We're going to go away because my board's out of control. I'm going to get rid of the garden, and I'm going to blow Kelly and I up so you can see us one last time. Yay! And I hope everybody has a good day.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.